Hey everybody, it is me, Spence, and I am going to talk about Steven Universe theories today. I know the last time I've done a theories video was like forever ago, and I promise to you guys who have been waiting like super duper patiently for another Yume Nikki's theory video, like I will get that out to you, I promise. I'm so sorry, it's been like how long? 4 or 5 years? But anyway, it's just because like I got so busy trying to do everything else with like conventions and moving. Like I'm constantly moving. But anyway, not by choice. But anyway, yes, today's Steven Universe. I wanted to make this video mostly just because I noticed a lot of people don't touch on other things through the theories. They probably have, but I just haven't noticed them myself in like certain popular theories. But anyway, one that I have noticed a lot with Lapis, everyone keeps saying, oh, she's got to be part of Yellow Diamonds or blah blah blah. She does have a diamond on her outfit, and she's definitely a more older gem because obviously, spoilers by the way if you didn't already figure that out, yeah, she already has like the diamond on her outfit, and she's already been to the gem world like long ago, but when she went back to gem world everything was a lot more advanced, like in the episode for where they find her whaling stone, because that's like she only knows older technology. So obviously in the Steven Universe world she was saying that technology is so advanced that she doesn't recognize anything. So obviously Gem Planet has, or Gem Homeworld has definitely changed a lot. So for her, it's a little strange, and I'm also wondering because her diamond, how, like obviously there's the Diamond Authority, but how is it that the diamond that she used to work under or was for or whatever, how is it that they fell out of power? So obviously, when I saw another fan video, someone was saying that Yellow Diamond might actually be a technological kind of person, or at least however Yellow Diamond rose to power decided, loud truck, however Yellow Diamond took over. And also too, with the recent San Diego Comic-Con like full extended opening, everyone's speculating that the shadowy figure that you see from behind is Dio! No, I mean it's a Yellow Diamond. And, which would be kind of a funny crossover. But, yeah, and it's interesting to see how, obviously Jasper and Peridot have the Yellow Diamonds on their outfit, but it is interesting to see how Lapis got paired off with them. And so when Lapis was saying that her homeworld had changed so much that you wonder what happened to Black or Blue Diamond, because to me, like, I don't know if I've ever heard of a Blue Diamond. I mean, I really have, and they're very expensive apparently. But I was also thinking, well, I thought, like, at first maybe it was a Black Diamond, but obviously Lapis's whole color scheme is just dark blue, or blues, and hers is a dark blue diamond. So you're wondering who is Blue Diamond. And that would be very interesting. And also too, they were pointing out when they were in that upside down triangular shaped maze, it makes you wonder who Rose Quartz is fighting. And what's even more interesting, because aside from Lapis's Blue Diamond, who is Blue Diamond, that would be kind of cool to find that out. But other than Lapis's diamond, obviously everyone's speculating that Rose Quartz is Pink Diamond. Now, the thing about it is, at one point, everyone's like, well, why is her name Rose Quartz? And, like, even for me, I'm like, her gem is, like, really very opaque for a gem, like, especially a pink quartz. I mean, a rose quartz, because a rose quartz is very, very pale pink. If you wanted, like, an actual reddish pink quartz, it would have to be a cherry quartz, but obviously she's not cherry quartz, she's rose quartz. So her whole color scheme is more of a rose quartz, but whatever. But anyway, what was speculated that my friends and I were talking about is like, what if the Diamond Authority is actually like, you're a diamond but like it's just more of a title as opposed to an actual gem. Because it's very possible because of the whole rise in power and whatnot, like what makes you a diamond, you know? And that's why with the arena, and they were saying the fourth pillar of the diamonds was destroyed. Obviously, like, because for me, I'm thinking there might be a white diamond, because obviously there's the triangle with the three diamonds, the white diamond, yellow diamond, and then the blue diamond. And then, of course, all of them meet in the middle to make a teeny tiny one. So, it makes you wonder about that, because with the Diamond Authority, it's like, well, obviously, is Rose Quartz pink diamond? Was she once in power, but chose not to be? And that's why that whole war extended out on the planet, on planet Earth. And then, it's like one of those things where you're wondering. Because with, yellow diamond, she's now in power. And that's why the crystal gems are so worried about it, because they're like, uh-oh, you know? And then, speaking of that, because people were pointing out Pearl's spacesuit. And for me, I'm thinking, because of course, like, here's another part, across from the Diamond Authority. Here's Pearl wearing the little spacesuit with the pink diamond on it, and obviously that's probably to represent who she used to be working for. And when Jasper says a lost defective Pearl, now, defective sometimes doesn't necessarily mean that you're broken. It could also mean that you defected. Maybe in this sense that Jasper probably did mean she was broken somehow, like maybe she wasn't exactly how most of the pearls on Gem World were, because it's very possible that they did, like what they did with Amethyst, obviously they built a kindergarten, but what they could have done for Pearl is in actual jewelry making and things, they make man-made pearls. They actually forcibly put a piece of sand into a oyster, and I think that usually, I want to say those are freshwater pearls. I know sometimes, like, that's what the little farm, they have, like, freshwater pearls, and they come out kind of deformed as opposed to, like, a regular pearl. And that would kind of explain why she has more of an ovular pearl on her head. Sometimes it turns a little more circular, but, like, it makes you wonder if Pearl's more of a freshwater, misshapen pearl as opposed to, like, a pure round pearl, like, from the ocean. And that's something that would be very interesting, but back to the defective thing. The term from, like say you live in one country, but you want to go live in another, as opposed, I mean, obviously it makes you like an immigrant, but like, some people say you defect to another country, and that could be what he meant by saying, like, she's lost because she decided to defect to Earth as opposed to defecting to or going back to Gem World. So basically she went from one place to the other and she defected. So that could be also what it means. Also too, with defective, it could probably just mean Pearl originally was supposed to do something very important but decided not to because of rose quartz. And and that's another thing you have to explore. There was another one. Obviously, we all just saw Sardonyx. Nothing huge or strange there. We're probably all going to see what's going to happen to Malachite and Lapis with Jasper soon. I guess that was probably a good segue. Jasper. Now, sorry, I itch my nose a lot. Jasper, everyone was mentioning that she might be a fusion because she's got the pupils. Anytime, like, a fusion happens, they usually have pupils. Obviously, Sardonyx doesn't have pupils because of the giant sunglasses. So, what happens is, with Jasper, someone was mentioning that, you know, when, can't remember the name of the episode, but the one where all the creepy hands and feet are all, like, jacked up together, and the all the gems are just juxtaposed and stuffed together. It's really strange because people were saying, like, well, what if Jasper's a fusion? And that might actually be very possible, because obviously, like, the way amethyst was made, and the way, like, almost all of the gems, they were excuse me, they were in some way made. And it makes you wonder with Jasper if she was a forced fusion, but she was one of the successful forced fusions. But it also made me think that she might be like something like that, or maybe she's something just recently made, because, you know, she had heard of rose quartz, and when episode Sworn to the Sword, you see a flashback Pearl has, and you're wondering, isn't that Jasper? And it makes you wonder, because, like, she's got a giant axe, like, this character, she looks a lot like Jasper. She's huge, and she's got the helmet, and she's got the giant axe, and she's about to attack Rose, and then here's Pearl coming, running in, like, saving the day. But at first I was like, okay, that's Jasper. But then she said, oh, I wanted to meet Rose. And I'm like, didn't you already? But apparently not, because that's not Jasper. So, hi, Mink. What happens is, I'm guessing that maybe, yeah, like someone, like that fan theory of maybe Jasper's a fusion. So maybe that might be true, because there might be more than one Jasper. And a lot of the Jaspers are probably made to be very aggressive. Mink, come here. But yeah, as I destroy everything. Okay, Jasper style. But yeah, and so that makes me wonder if Jasper is possibly a fusion. Maybe she's a fusion, or something, like they have to recreate Jasper each time, because maybe her body isn't really stable, even though she's super duper Bara. But, like, at the same time, it makes you wonder if her body isn't really stable, even though she's rather strong. Going back to Lapis and Jasper being fused, like, she's very physically strong, but even though, like, Lapis is so tiny, she can still control someone that big. It makes you wonder, like, like, that's what I want to know, is who is Lapis? I want to know why she's so important. And because also, too, she says, like, Lapis, she says to them, like, do you even wonder who I was? And I'm like, dude, does that mean Lapis used to be Blue Diamond, but she lost her, like, whole title because she was gone for so long, and everyone probably presumed she was destroyed or dead? So it makes you wonder, because, yeah, like, when Pearl summons her from her plethora of who knows what in her gem, her Mary Poppins bag of things in her head. So it makes you wonder if Lapis may have been Blue Diamond. It's hard to say, obviously, because some of the pillars, too, obviously they were showing the way that some of the diamond authorities look, and I thought that was kind of neat. And it does, it makes you wonder. It's very, very intriguing to see how it all was. And so, like, especially, one of them actually does kind of look like Lapis. It's the one that's, because there's the yellow diamond looking one, there's the round one who could be white diamond or black diamond, or whoever they decide to announce, and then there's the third one who is presumed to be blue diamond. And it has a very Lapis look to it, because it has her hair and she's holding a staff. So that could have been Lapis, because she says, you know, like, do you even wonder who I was? And, you know, like, and that could be another reason why Jasper's so rough with her, but says, like, you know, still asks her very important questions, even though, like, Jasper's such a gruff personality. She still asks Lapis things like, if you knew this, why didn't you tell us? And that's kind of something, like, you know, obviously when you ask a subordinate, like, but at the same time, you know, it's very interesting, because there's this teeny tiny little level of respect to the way Jasper talks to her, but not necessarily, like, obviously, like, she's roughhousing with her and doesn't really care, because she's not an authority anymore. So it makes you wonder, it's like, you know, like, maybe she tries to treat her like, haha, princess kind of thing. So it might be that Lapis may have once been Blue Diamond. Maybe they found a new one, or decided to say, that's probably why Yellow Diamond took to power. We don't know if White Diamond is actually a thing, or if they all combine together to make White Diamond. Because obviously, yeah, because, yeah, we don't know who the the round diamond person, because obviously there's so many different diamonds, and there was that one picture inside of the temple where Rose Quartz is fighting with another diamond. And it's interesting too, because when Rose Quartz, and that going back to Rose might be a diamond, when you see her hands like that, like in the mural, and there's the two other diamonds, and two diamonds on the side, and then the Rose Quartz and the other diamond fighting, you see Rose Quartz using a diamond against the other diamond, or because it could be she's blocking it with some kind of power, but it looks more like she's using this diamond to like attack the other diamond. So you never know. It could be it could have been an authority thing, and it also makes you wonder who Ruby and Sapphire are, because obviously Pearl and Garnet were with Rose Quartz for so long, and the way that Ruby and Sapphire are dressed, it makes you wonder that were they kind of royalty? Was there some kind of was there something more to Ruby and Sapphire that we don't know? And obviously, yes. And more episodes will explain who they are and etc. And then I guess the last thing I'd like to touch on is speaking about Ruby and Sapphire and all the homeworlds and everything. Centipedal. The one character I really love, and I thought it was kind of cool how they decided to make Steven and her best buddies. It's kind of cool when Centipedal was like popped out of the bubble and then the gem took form again, but you see her form for a good moment and you see how she used to look, and then obviously she turns into the monster. Now I'm wondering, with a lot of the gems that are on the planet, obviously Pearl was explaining to Steven that they're all corrupted and they used to be gems and they just kind of survive and live as monsters. Now I'm wondering, because of Steven and his healing ability, can he somehow fix the monster gems into who they were one day? Because that's what I'm thinking, because Steven seems like the kind of character who really can use his potential because he has so much love for people. Like apparently Rose had the same thing, but because Steven has that humanity in him, he can actually just say, hey, I can do so much more, because I feel like, even though Rose Quartz did have love in her heart and she was a very loving and wonderful person, I feel like Steven's probably even more loving because of that the human side of him. Because obviously, when we're watching the episodes of Greg and Rose, like just the tidbits of their relationship, you can see how she was very kind of distant because she didn't really understand like a close human relationship. So, just how Steven has approached so many different things that Rose probably never did because she didn't understand it, and that's probably what happened is because that's what I'm feeling, is that Steven could probably at one point is going to go into the temple and somehow figure out how to free all the gems, and there's probably going to be a big old battle, but he's probably going to say, hey, if you guys want to live, you could work on our side, and probably Centipedal might lead that army. She's like, Steven, I'll do anything for you. Because a lot of people, since they have so much loyalty towards Rose Quartz, and then of course there's Steven himself can gain so much loyalty because he's such a good friend to so many people, like Lapis. Like Lapis could have destroyed everything, but she didn't, because Steven calmly and very lovingly approached her and said, hey, you're kind of doing a bad thing. So, but yeah, and those are my fan theories. I hope you guys, if you want to share any in the comments below, especially with my old Yume Nikki theories video, I'll definitely try and pull that up again, and I promise I'll do those again. I just need to replay the whole thing and re-explore everything and just get back on track with that, and I apologize it's taken so long for another theory video because, life, and as you can see, my background's constantly changing because I'm moving, and I say I don't have time, but sometimes I don't. So you guys take care. I will see you later, and the next theory video will be up before you know it. Bye!